Thank you for joining us at Region 7 Education Service Center. This is video 4 in a series of videos for using GMetrix. The first part of this video may be used to help your students create their GMetrix accounts and also navigate the GMetrix SMS software. The second portion of this video will be for GMetrix administrators only. We'll discuss searching for a student, searching for an access code, and importing a student database. So we're going to start by showing you how to create a student account. We're going to go to www.gmetrix.net. Over in the far right-hand bottom corner, you'll see Sign Up Now. Students will need to enter their information here. They need to fill out each field accordingly, and then hit the Confirm button at the bottom. And it's that simple to create a GMetrix account. They will use this account to log into the GMetrix SMS system. In a previous video, we showed how to install GMetrix SMS. So if you haven't done that yet, you may want to preview that video. And I'm just going to go to my desktop and open up the GMetrix Skills Management System. That's what SMS stands for. And you'll see that it pops up, and over on the left-hand side, if the system needs an update, it'll give you that information there and also shows you whether it's optional or not. So a student will just log in using the information that they've created, and I'm going to use my login information for this training. The first thing that a student's going to see on the right-hand side are the exams that they've already taken in GMetrix SMS. If they need to continue in that or retake, they can hit the Go button on the far right-hand side. If they're taking a new test, then they would hit the button at the top left corner that says Take a Test. So we're going to click there. And I'm going to use an access code that we created in a previous video. GMetrix allows you the opportunity to export that into Excel, which makes it easily copyable and distributed to students so that they can also copy and paste. If you decide not to do that, then just make sure that the students enter the dashes when they type in the access code, and then they'll click this next arrow button. So as you can see in the application drop-down menu, I only have the options to choose 2010 or 2013. That's because those are the only things that I selected whenever I created my access code in a previous video. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when I choose Microsoft Office 2013. I only have the testing mode option available to me because I've only selected the Excel 2013 custom test when I created this access code, and it was in testing mode. You'll notice that in testing mode at the bottom of the screen, you have the option to check ADA enabled. It's important to note that if you are planning to bring a student to the Region 7 Education Service Center or to any Certiport authorized testing center, they must have the ADA form application approved through Certiport prior to scheduling the exam. And so I'm just going to hit the next button. Now I do not have Office 2013 installed. I have Office 2016, and so I get the note that some questions may experience issues, and it asks me if I would like to proceed. So I'm just going to click No. I'm going to show you what it looks like in 2010. Now, in this particular access code, we chose all the exams that were available under 2010 Excel, so that means that there are testing mode as well as training mode available. And in the training mode, students receive instant feedback and the opportunity to try again with help, which means that the questions will repeat with specific instructions for answering a question correctly, and they also have a reset option. In testing mode, the Show Me How option is disabled, as well as the instant feedback, and it's timed similarly to the actual certification exam, which is 50 minutes. But if you have chosen a custom test in testing mode and you change the amount of time, then that will be the amount of time that is in this practice exam as well. So we're just going to choose training, and I'm just going to choose an exam at the bottom just so you can see what happens when I hit next. Because I do not have Office 2010 installed on my computer, I get a sorry, you cannot take this selected version of Office because it's not installed. So note that you must have the same version installed on your computer. that your students plan to practice, and that GMetrix SMS does not work correctly if you have two versions installed. After you hit next, you may see the option to download additional information. Just like in a certification exam, students are required to insert pictures, etc., and they may need files to access during the exam. And so during the practice, they also have things that need to be downloaded in order for them to access those during the practice exam. After that, they'll see an instruction screen just like they would during certification, and that would move on into each individual question base. Students may also log in at www.gmetrix.net. I'm going to use my information so that you can see what it looks like when you log in. They have several tabs here where they can take a test. Please note that this option is only available on the computers that you have installed the GMetrix SMS. They can click the saved tests where they can see the exams that they've already taken, the progress, and if they would like to continue, and they also see the ones that they've completed. So I'm just going to log out. And that covers everything that a student would need to navigate the GMetrix SMS as they take a practice exam, and also for creating their account and looking at it at gmetrix.net. So for the second portion of the video, we're going to address the administrators only. So we're going to go to gmetrix.net/manage. And I'm going to enter my information. Please note that when you log in to your account, your landing page should only show your district information, but because I am an administrator over all the Region 7 sites, I see all of the districts that are part of our contracted and SSA. And just a little tip here at the bottom, there are resources for administrators, the Administrator's Guide, a quick start guide, and some tutorials as well. The link to download GMetrix, but you can also go to gmetrix.net/download. And so for searching for a student and searching for an access code and importing student data, we're going to click the Students tab over on the left-hand side of the menu and hit Search by Name. You have the option to search by first name, last name, or email address and hit the search button. There is a note above that a student will not show up in this search until the student has used an access code. And so for the second portion, searching for a student by access code, we're going to click the Students menu on the left and hit Search by Access Code. Here you can copy and paste the access code if you know what students used which one, or if you just want to look at your access code to see what students have used that particular code. You can copy and paste here or type it in. Just make sure that if you do type it in, you include the dashes and hit the search button. When you hit the search button, you should see an available list at the bottom of students who have used that access code. You also have an option as an administrator to import your student data into GMetrix. You would click Students on the left-hand side and then Import. The first tab that you see is Import from File. There's a second tab for Create Manually. You may wish to use this tab for the needed information that you would put into your import file. You'll need first, last name, email address, password, and username. And so if you're going to import a file from Excel, you must first save it as a CSV, a comma-separated value file, before choosing to upload. So you would click this button to choose your file, find it on your computer, and hit the upload button. And GMetrix should import the information that's in that file into the system for you. You may also create accounts manually for your students by clicking the second tab, Create Manually, and entering the information for each individual student. If you choose to create accounts for your students or have your students create their own accounts, we suggest using the same username and password that students use to create their www.certiport.com account. It just makes it easier for students to have one username and password to remember. My name is Tanya Hicks, and I'm with Region 7 Education Service Center. I can be reached at 903-988-6848 or thicks@esc7.net. I work for Adrian Knight. He's the CTE coordinator for Region 7. You may find his contact information by visiting www.ese7.net, clicking Departments, Federal Programs, and Career and Technical Education. His contact information is listed at the bottom of the page: phone, fax number, and email address. If you have an email account set up on your computer, you can click this link where his name is listed and it will send him an email. And you can also see in the bottom left-hand corner when you scroll over that his email address is aknight@ese7.net. Thank you.